There's a kind of pain in loving someone who was never meant to be yours. The kind of pain that doesn't scream, it whispers. Every single day. I was 16 when I first saw Ren Ishikawa, not on the school rooftop like in those cliché shoujo mangas, but in detention. He had his headphones in, sketching something on the edge of his sleeve with a blue pen. The teacher left us unsupervised for 20 minutes, assuming we'd sit quietly. But I couldn't, 'cause he was there. And I had never seen someone look so untouchable. Ren was the boy with the silver headphones, the one who rarely spoke but never missed a thing. Rumor had it he used to be a scholarship student in Tokyo before transferring to our sleepy coastal town for reasons no one could confirm. Others said his father was in prison, that his mother had disappeared. But me? I didn't care. I just wanted to know what he was always drawing. He never looked up until the bell rang. When he did, his eyes locked with mine. Pale, wintry gray, like the first snow. That was the first time I realized I was already in trouble. Our lives began to orbit after that day. We both walked the same way home, though he always stayed a few meters ahead. I started borrowing library books I didn't even like just to sit where he did. One afternoon, he left his sketchbook on the bench. I stared at it for minutes, my fingers trembling before I opened it. What I saw wasn't just art. It was me. Sitting under the ginkgo tree. Reading No Longer Human. The exact same ribbon in my hair. The same sad curl of my lips I didn't even know I had. I slammed the sketchbook shut just as his shadow loomed behind me. "You weren't supposed to see that," he said quietly. Why? He stared at me for a moment. Then he leaned close and whispered, "Because I already broke the rule." "What rule?" He didn't answer. A week passed. We didn't speak. Not in school, not on the walk home. Then, one snowy Friday, I found a folded paper inside my locker. "Come to the old observatory tonight. 8 p.m. I did. He was there, shivering beside a broken telescope, holding a flask of hot cocoa like it was sacred. "You came," he said. "I wasn't sure you meant it." He smiled faintly. "I never ask people to meet me. You're the first." Under that broken sky, with only frost and faint moonlight around us, he finally told me why he transferred. His older brother, Haruto, had been expelled from their prestigious Tokyo high school after someone leaked exam answers through his login credentials. Ren took the blame to protect him. "But why would you take the fall?" "Because he's the golden child," Ren said. "And I'm the mistake they made after." I didn't know what to say, so I touched his hand. He flinched, but didn't pull away. We became inseparable. We never officially dated. There were no labels. Just long walks, soft secrets, hidden smiles, and unspoken things. But there was one thing I didn't know. One truth he never told me. Until the betrayal came. Started the night I met Haruto. He was everything Ren wasn't, loud, confident, charming. He showed up at our school unannounced one afternoon in a sleek black car, leaned against the hood like he belonged in a drama series, and said to me, "So you're the reason my little brother forgot the rules." "What rules?" I asked. He smiled. "The rules of our family. We don't love anyone we can't control." I didn't understand. But I would. Soon. That night I couldn't sleep. Haruto's words haunted me. We don't love anyone we can't control. I couldn't shake the feeling that Ren had hidden something far deeper than just a sacrifice for his brother. So I did something I never imagined I'd do. I followed him. Truth lived in a house on the edge of the city where no one went after dusk. A Western-style mansion hidden behind rusting gates. I hid in the shadows of the sakura trees and waited. Ren arrived just past midnight. The gates opened before he even touched them. As if they knew him. He disappeared inside. I should have left. I should have turned back. But my feet moved on their own. I climbed the outer fence, slipped in through the back garden, and crept through an open window. That's when I saw it. A room of photos. Thousands of them. On the walls. On the floor. Hung from strings like art installations. All of me. Sleeping on the train. Reading by the window. Laughing in gym class. Crying behind the old auditorium. I staggered backward, hand over my mouth. And then I heard his voice. You weren't supposed to see that either. I turned. Ren stood there. Expression unreadable. You why? I asked, my voice shaking. His eyes dimmed. Because I couldn't stop. The more I tried to forget you, the more I needed to see you. I tried to understand, and then I needed more. So I followed you. Captured you. You stalked me. He flinched. I know it sounds wrong, Airi, but I didn't mean for it to. You lied to me. Silence. Then a quiet yes. He told me everything that night. The school transfer? Real. But it wasn't to protect Haruto. Ren had hacked the exam system. And not to cheat, but to frame Haruto. His brother had destroyed everything Ren loved. Friends. Art. Reputation. Their parents worshipped Haruto and blamed Ren for everything. Ren wanted revenge. So he gave it. But when it backfired, Haruto threatened to expose Ren's other obsession, me. Ren begged him not to. So Haruto gave him an ultimatum, make her fall for you. Break her. And I'll disappear. I didn't plan to fall in love with you, Airi, he said. But I did. That's when everything collapsed. I couldn't breathe. You played with me, I whispered. You knew exactly what you were doing. You made me love you. Tears filled his eyes. I never meant to hurt you. But you did. I ran. Out of the house. Out of his life. Back into a world where everything had changed. The next day, Ren withdrew from school. By Monday, the house on the hill was empty. Vanished. 3 months passed. I stopped eating lunch by the window. I burned every note, every sketch he gave me. But I couldn't burn the feeling. Not the love. Not the betrayal. Not the fact that even though he used me, some part of it had been real. I could see it in his eyes when he watched me sleep. The fear in his voice when I cried. The way he trembled when I touched his hand that first night under the stars. Graduation day came. The ceremony was long and hollow. I left early. As I walked past the train station, I saw him. Ren. Hair longer. Eyes older. Wearing a camera around his neck instead of headphones. He didn't approach. Just stood across the street. Watching. Like he always had. I paused. He raised a hand, a wave, not a plea. I turned and walked away. I fell in love with a boy I could never have. Not because he didn't love me, but because he loved me in a way that destroyed us both.